Good afternoon, people. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. What should we say today? What are we doing today? Well, we're continuing on. I can just get my blooming video up. I thought these days were over. I honestly thought these days were over. Thought I was better than this. Thought I don't make... Wait, hang on. Sorry. Even talking to myself there, I don't know what the hell I've knocked off there, but well. There you go. At least I know the microphone's working. Yeah, you've seen the black screen because it was black at dawn. Right. Okay, so welcome into the stream, and thanks for joining me. So yeah, lots of some feedback on my videos from yesterday. A lot of people moaning, a lot of people defending, a lot of people moaning, a lot of people defending FDev and whatnot, and there's been a massive, I don't know whether you noticed, but there was a massive update on your, or a half a gig update, so nothing in the notes. Let's just say nothing nothing in the notes. I'm just going to adjust this camera 1 second. I actually need to invest in a half decent camera, I think. This one's not really cutting the mustard. So yeah. Obviously a lot of people angry. No easy money, basically. A lot of people angry, a lot of people upset, saying X, Y, and Z, but I'm going to stick by what I said at the very beginning of my video yesterday. And that was, whichever way you cut it, it was an exploit. Yeah, that's what they said. Bug fixes. Yep. Skimmer mission fixes. Actually, I haven't checked because I aren't in a station or anything. I don't know if the skimmer missions are back or anything. But yeah. So yeah, it was an exploit. Whatever people want to say, however people want to moan. If you're making 300 million an hour, you know that's not how the game's set out. So don't complain about it. Be happy that you got some if you managed to get in on it. Go and do wing missions with some friends. You'll earn money super quick. So I know it's all a bit strange. I'm out in the black, so I'll be honest with you, I'm missing out. I didn't go back for it or anything. I could have, but that wasn't how I saw it. I'm still on my way to Colonia, and we only have, after the plotting routing has finished, 128 jumps, which to your average person sounds pretty far, but for me, 128 jumps? No way. We're in the final lap. Come on. So hey Dastic, how's it going? Thanks for joining in. And anybody else who's joining the stream, feel free to drop by and say hello in the chat.
Ready to engage.
One thing I will ask, actually, because I saw a comment on one of the videos where somebody had constructed their opinion in a very well constructed piece. It was very long to read, but it was very interesting to read, and it was a point of view. And in the next reply, somebody just went, "This is BS." As if somehow that one line would just wipe out someone's 300-word critique of why they think there should be a grind. You can say I don't agree with you, but I don't know. There's something about. I was watching a podcast the other day, and there was a guy on there. He said, even if you disagree with me, it's of mass importance that you listen to what I say. Not because what I say is necessarily important, but because then you're going to be able to critique and pick apart my argument with your own argument. But you can't just try and shoot somebody down with one sentence. And I kind of listened to that and thought, you know, there's something really true about that. There's so many people who You know, they'll get into an argument about whatever it is, and as soon as someone says something that they don't agree with, they just go, "Oh, you know, I'm not having this conversation." And so, well, you're not. You're absolutely right. You're not, because you're not actually conversing that way. You're not. You know, you've got to listen to people and take apart their ideas. So, Kathina, it was actually the girl who posted. Oh, the guy. Actually, I don't know. I just assumed. But it's just written very nicely, and it puts out the feeling, and then somebody's just come around and going, "No, I don't agree with this." It's not really how I want my my videos to be argued over. You know, I'd rather people get in and have a conversation. You know, we had a conversation last night within the stream, and there was something somebody said which I didn't necessarily agree with in myself, but I didn't attack them, and I thought, well, what they're saying is what they want to say. I don't feel I really have a counter argument, so I'm just not going to say anything, and that's all right too. The internet is a very, very angry place. Burn up. So I've had a bit of a frog in my throat for the last 3 days, so I do apologise when I keep clearing my throat and it probably doesn't sound very nice. Darstig, what are you up to in game? Anything interesting? Going to seek out Thargoids with meta alloys or anything? $22, that's a couple over. Probably gas giants. Oh no, oh bloody hell. Hang on a minute. Let me just park up. If I saw what I think I just saw, I deserve a system like this, but I'm not going to get excited. I'm not going to get excited because I'm probably looking at it wrong. It's because I quickly jumped in and out. Right, let's have a quick look. System map. Oh! No, actually, I shouldn't have got excited. Maybe, no. 6,000, depending on how many thousand lights, like 6, 2, 6, 3. Okay, they could be terraformable high metal contents. If this is a water world, I'll travel over there. It's not. So this is where I have to make it 6,000 lights. Do you know what? This is the first decent system. I'm gonna have a bit of a mooch over, and I'm gonna check it out because it's a yellow sun. Judging by that, it's gonna be close. But you know what? I'm gonna have a mooch over, and I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna see what we've got over there. Because it's always interesting to have a bit of a nosy around. Now, anybody who's watching the stream who doesn't do any type of discovery stuff, why not? Why not? Look, all this is unexplored. These are my planets. My planets. Nobody else's. When you fly by this system, never, you will see my name planted possibly on these 5 planets. But then again, you never know. Somebody else might come along. If we get pushed out by the Thargoids or something, you could have thousands of players flying through this region. Why wouldn't you want to have your not have your name, your commander name, slapped on a planet forever? Because we don't want to travel 3,000 light years. No, that's not the point. It's not even 3,000 light years, actually. I think we're a long way out the bubble here. How far am I? I think I'm just over halfway to Colonia. Oh no, actually I'm almost there. I'm on its doorstep. Look at all these nebula. Isn't that amazing? That could have a very, very long trip back, that, if you were to stop by all of them. There's some what I call repeated nebula. I don't know why they do it like that, but that one looks a nice one up there, actually. Hey Floorboard, how's it going? It's a bit too early for the whiskey, isn't it? Well, no, it's never too early for the whiskey, but you know what I mean. Have you been up to much today? Have you been in game? See, 6,000 light seconds actually not too far when you're waffling on about nothing. And anybody else who's just joined in the stream, come along, say hello, like Floorboard did, because it's a nice thing to do. So gotta be like this. I've got to be like, please, 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 please. I mean, I was hoping it was a water world. I was actually hoping it was an earth type. Getting your name on an earth type is actually something to be quite proud about. Or a ringed water world, something like that. If this is terraformable, the other two are probably terraformable. There's 4 of them, so, you know. Don't know where my blooming cheat sheet is, so I couldn't tell you how much I'll be making from it. The bloody hell's my cheat sheet? Damn it. Oh. Oh, if only you could send it through the internet. You'd think they'd have got round to that by now, wouldn't you? No, so it's not terraformable, so sod it onto the next system. I don't mess about, folks. Some people think that it's fun to be tagging everything, but not me. I'm not knocking anybody else for doing it, but I'll tag a really good system. If a system had like 2 water worlds, an earth type, and a high metal content, I would definitely tag everything, even if there was like 30. But so yeah, just so you know, fill you people in, we do have a Discord. It's in the show notes below. You can click on that and join us on Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, it's an app that you can run on your phone, you can run it on your tablet, you can run it on your PC, and you can also run it through a browser, I do believe, although I've never actually tried to do that. And it's kind of like a message board, come Skype, come lots of other things, and it's what we kind of use to organise different events, or what I use to organise different events. We have got a couple of wing sections on there, so you can wing up with people if you want to do some shared missions, stuff like that. I didn't see how many were in this system, but they're all gas giants, aren't they? So, you know, and even if you don't know what Discord is, don't let it put you off. Check it out. Invest a couple of minutes reading about it, what it is, and I'm sure you'll probably want to join us after that. Just 1 second. Okay, we got 26. That's probably going to be nothing. Well, you're not tagging everything then, are you? If you're going to tag everything, the asteroids are inclusive, mate. I'm sorry, but they are. That's why you look for a system without bloody asteroids. No, I mean, I've often said when I first came out into the black in a Sidewinder, I was tagging pretty much everything. This is a bit of a tease system, isn't it? I don't know if that one... 1,400 is just slightly too far anyway. I'll have a quick look. That's going to get into rock and ice really quick, isn't it? Yep. Okay, so we'll try that one. Wait. No, it's all rock and ice, okay. I've just been frantically looking around because some money disappeared from my desktop, so I was about to put my cat up for sale. But I found it, so it doesn't matter. Are you alright, Cyber? Have you not been to bed yet? Jeez Louise, mate. I don't think that game's good for you. I'm going to make sure I do a full fuel scoop here so I don't end up sitting in the black for 3 hours waiting for somebody to come pick me up. Mind you, I haven't said that I'm so close to Colonia now. If it did have a problem, I don't think I'd have a problem getting fuel rats. There's probably someone not too far off. It's probably ice, but you can hope. Yeah. Ice bugger! Hi Darren, how's it going? That is a fantastic excuse. No, I know it's not an excuse. I've actually started using computer games actually in teaching, when I'm teaching English. Loads of parents will not buy into it. They don't understand the concept of it. You know, you're telling people left, right, up, down, coloured things, you're explaining directional things. But now parents still go, oh, video games, really? It'll come in the future, I suppose, but it's ridiculous trying to talk people into it. So here I am in the Memphis Belle, the flying fuel scoop. Just waiting for my friendship drive to start charging.
Friendship drive charging.
Okay, thank you, Victor. Is whiskey part of that as well? Actually, I do it in the summer, Cyber. I really don't know how good it is for the body though. But in the summer I do this period where I actually rotate through the day. So this, because I get like a month off, so, well, month and a half off. So I end up doing this really crazy ass thing where I can be going to bed at 5 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock in the afternoon some days. But like I've said, I'm really not sure how good that is for the body. Got to try and keep some semblance of normality. Hey Brian, how you doing? Did you get my Discord message? Is he in game yet? Oh no.
Friendship drive charging.
I'll have to one night, Floorboard. I'll get out my collection of whiskey tubes. I'll dot them all around. But then people might stop donating if I do that. Ah, I need to go in game. Alright, well I'm actually going to take a break in probably in an hour or so, Brian, anyway, so you'll probably catch up in that time, I think. Shut up. Right, okay, nothing in this system. I did scoop, didn't I? Hey Tangent, how's it going? I've just realised I could stream much earlier in the evening and still have the same audience. That's something to contemplate. No, the reason I actually stream late is I share a house, and when I stream while my housemate's up, it's so noisy because the telly's right behind me. So I think it's alright for people who like the stream, who are prepared to stick by it, but for people dropping in and out, it's probably a bit annoying. Especially as she likes to watch really strange shows with lots of people screaming and dying in agony, so... they've made some very important updates, Brian. Very, very important updates. Nothing to do with skimmers. Nothing to do with skimmers at all. It's just some very important updates. Just important updates. Nothing else. Don't worry about it. No skimming stuff. No skimmers. Oh dear, just a tipple. Well, at least you get the taste of it, to be honest. Okay, 22 and then 7, no, that's probably not good either. Oh, but having said that, this is a water world, yep. 728 light seconds, probably not going to be... oh well, it's a little yellow, it might be alright. Hang on, floorboard. I'm gonna have to give you my address. That's just hoarding. I tell you the one I was thinking of last night. I was telling you that I really like Glenfarclas or Glenfarclas. It's 105. I think that's the one I like. Cask strength. I've got my whiskey book somewhere. Where is my whiskey book? I've put my whiskey book away somewhere, and I've overshot the planet. Well, not to worry. Yeah, I mean, my whole intention was to get there within a couple of nights, so, you know, Sunday not included, pretty much almost there. And then I'll kind of decide what I want to do from there. It's cask strength though, floorboard, so it's but you don't feel it. I mean, you don't feel that it's cask strength. Got some really nice kind of like toffee caramel flavours to it. I don't go enough, but Andorra's just up the road, and Andorra has 0 tax on their alcohol, and you can buy some pretty good whiskies dirt cheap. I mean, and when I say dirt cheap, I mean seriously cheap. The Glenfarclas one that I bought was, I think, €20. In another shop here, it was, I think it was 50. Right, okay, so here's where everybody crosses their fingers, legs and whatnot, and hopefully this is going to be terraformable. Yes, nice one. Okay, and that's mine, I think. Yep. And it's mine, so that's probably going to net, that could net me around 1 million if it's that. Look at that, 91% oxygen. That's a really good one. No volcanism. That's nice. So we're looking here, we're at 7, that's 3. So I'm going to try this one. I'm sure it's a high metal content world. It might be terraformable. It might not. If it's terraformable, the one in the middle is terraformable, for sure. And then I'll have a look over at that other sun. Hey No Name, what am I doing? What do you think I'm doing? It says it in the title. Below. Yeah, single malt. I mean, unfortunately I've not got the money for those single barrel ones. I would like a single barrel one, but gives you a really nice buzz as well, that kind of Glenfarclas. I know, with the fingers just moving too fast. I've got to invest. No, it's good stuff. Highly, highly recommend it. That's alright, No Name, I'm just messing about. I'm not being serious. How much does it cost? Like I said, I got it for 20 quid in Andorra. There is whiskey.com, but generally the whiskey exchange, sorry. Yeah, look at that, 50 quid. But believe me, that bottle goes a mile. You can get a sample of it for $6.25, like, which actually isn't bad for a dram. A dram of the good stuff. What's it rated at on here? Oh, it tastes of Christmas cake. Apparently, that's absolute balls. It doesn't taste of licorice. It doesn't taste of. Might taste a little bit of prunes and dates. I'd say it's very caramelly, personally. Very nice caramel taste. I just like that distillery, hands down. Anyway, they're my favourite distillers. Yeah, so to think I got it for like 20 quid, maybe you should book your next holiday to Andorra. So we gotta hope that this one's terraformable. It's not, so we're not gonna bother with the rest of them. We might go have a look down here, depending on if this is a water planet or not. It's not, so we'll move on.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, they probably did change, and they definitely didn't do anything to do with the skimmer changes or anything. Definitely not. But yeah. What was that over? Was that people moaning about something with the match traders? Because I don't understand it. I think the match traders are great. I don't care that I get a dodgy deal. They're traders. What do you expect? You know, I was thinking the other day, if I had 100 iron, I don't know if that's the maximum capacity, and they want they want 50 in exchange for one 5 grade one, then fine, I don't care. I wasn't going to use that much iron in the first place, so it becomes kind of automatically worth something in that sense. Did this have too many, or did I look? I think I looked.
Frameshift drive charging.
It was when I can't remember who it was, but I think it might have been Tangent or something. But when the server kept on going down the other night, it just in my chat it just appeared FDev servers down, working as intended. Oh. I know I probably say it every 15 minutes or 10-15 minutes, but if you are sat around lurking, come say hello in the chat, join in the chat. I also have a Discord, you can join in the Discord. And what else? I take donations through Streamlabs. If anybody wants to donate to the stream to go towards my new chair. And then and I have got a Patreon page if anybody ever wants to do anything with that, or has any ideas of what I could do with that. Feel free to come forward and talk to me about it, because I'm kind of I'm a bit behind the curve with a lot of streaming stuff. I just like streaming. Oh, we have a nice system here. Let's throttle down. Not go too far away. That's a perfect position. That might be an Earth type. It's going to come at Waterworld, isn't it? But yeah, okay. I think that's terraformable though. Type of sun was it? System map. Oh, this could be very much terraformable. That might be Waterworld as well, actually. I don't know if it'll be terraformable being that close, but I suppose so, yeah. I suppose so. I get what you mean now. I did actually notice that, because I thought at some point, well, it's not worth even downgrading that one, because then I'm going to have to double it to grade up. It didn't quite make sense, but again, I just say it's a trading thing, isn't it? At least we've got it. Yeah, hashtag hot build. Have you seen how they pick winners in there? Have you seen how they pick winners in the competitions? I mean, Streamlabs as a thing that does it for you. It's ridiculous. Yep, terraformable, that's what I expected. And it'll have my name on it. Yep. Oh, it's ammonia rich as well. Nice one. So let's hope that this one is a water world. If it's not, I'll just move on. And they probably wouldn't be terraformable because we're a bit too close to the sun. And one thing I want to check with Streamlabs is to see whether they got my tip jar for my linked up to my credit card. No. It's a nightmare, this. Sorry. Second, I need to know if Streamlabs has something to contact them by. They won't accept my Ah, okay, I'll do it through a ticket. Okay, they've got a ticket. I'll have to do that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Do you think 3 to 1? I think that's a bit low, you know. I don't know, I mean, I don't do a ton of it anyway, so probably I'm not the best person to be speaking about it. I'm quite happy with it as I use it. But isn't it ridiculous? Like, he starts typing away on his computer, finding random numbers when you can do it through Streamlabs. I'm sure they have the ability to do something through YouTube as well. Yeah, if you've got that many viewers. I know that there's competition laws in England that make it a little bit of a funny on to do it, but so anybody else who's joined in the stream? Because I can see there's quite a few people watching. Come by, swing by, say hello. What are you playing on? Xbox, PC, PlayStation? What's your preferred style of play? Things like that. I'm on my way to Colonia, as the title suggests. I'm 112 jumps out, which is not as far as it sounds. Just put random like hashtags in there, like hashtag me too. Oh, there's 3 suns in this system. Nice one. All close together as well, which means I probably won't have to travel too far to see anything. I'll just scoot this actually first. Okay, so there you go. Darren's on Xbox. Hello, Zoomski. Thanks for dropping in. Darren's on Xbox, so anybody else who's on Xbox who wants to wing up, you should maybe talk to him and he can you can maybe make a bit of... Bloody hell, it's a bit of a weird one. Okay, so those are going to be ice planets, aren't they? Preferred style of play, exploit. I don't know that I said yesterday in the video, I actually saw somebody doing it and it was so... It was actually a little bit ridiculous. What about if FDev said, okay, give us 30 quid and we'll give you 300 million? What do people think about that? Give me them skins. Hashtag not my president. No, you could just stick in all the different hashtags, couldn't you? Like the trending ones of the time instead of actually what they want. Have you ever seen that show Porn Stars? Tangent. They make more than 300% profit. Well, because I think it's an idea for people who just want pure money. If they don't want to do the grind, I wouldn't have a problem with it personally. I wouldn't pay it. Hashtag alcohol. Well, it's not pay to win though, is it really? Because you're not going to win by... Even if you have the best ship, you're not necessarily going to win. I was mentioned it in the comments of my video yesterday that, you know, people saying the exploit isn't a bad thing, and I'm like, if you don't think it's a bad thing, you don't understand how griefers work, because the griefers who go around doing it all the time, they would have been on that straight away, absolutely hammering it for hours on end until it got pulled. And those people have now amassed a huge amount of money. So it doesn't matter if their ship's getting pounded, blown up or whatever, because they'll have more than enough to pay for them. It did apparently, Brian. I tell you what, I'll check it right now on this jump. Just let me quickly check my system map. Okay, so I'm going to test it out, right? So I'm going to throttle back on 5, okay? Or 4, can't remember. 4. So I've throttled back now. There you go, fixed. Hashtag working build. Actually, it might have people actually searching for me. That's a really good idea. Gonzo marketing. Hey Malcolm, thanks for dropping by. Malcolm does his own live streams, by the way, people. Do you know what I would pay good money for? Extra light years. I swear to God, I would open my wallet tomorrow and just throw money at the FDev building if they said I could get like 100 extra light years on my jumps. Like, here, take it! I get excited sometimes and I see 64 objects and I'm like, what a waste of time. I actually like the fact that the hashtag shows up there. Oh, you have? How's it going? Have you been down to Daft's Hope, Malcolm? Just turn the Hoover on and drive around. It's great stuff. Oh, you're not that bad, I don't think, Cyber. Mind you, I have got a really short memory. So people, if you like what you're watching, please click the like button. Just take a second to do it. The reason I like that is because it will drive more people towards the stream. The other thing is, if you really like what you're watching, hit the subscribe button. That's an even better one because the screen does a little bit of a dance when you subscribe. Oh, 7 astronomical objects. That's actually, that's a good one. Came up on me, that one. So that's 750,000 light seconds with a crappy sun. It's probably going to be nothing, but I will try it at 700 light seconds. Normally you want over 1,000, just over 1,000. That seems to be the nice zone. Oh Christ, everything's going fast now. Oh, it's gonna be 64 bodies. You would. Floorboard. There's no way I'm doing that. Okay. Dav's Hope's definitely really good, Malcolm. You're just in and out of instances. I mean, you're probably getting about 12 mats a minute. No. 12 mats a minute? Yeah, you're probably getting about 12 mats a minute. It's really not bad at all. Especially if you get your front targeter set up on your HOTAS, so you just click in the button and it's automatically onto the next one. Then you can just literally hold your cargo bay open and drive over stuff. It's so quick. Right, we can hope, but I don't think it will be. Oh, it is terraformable, so I think I get 400,000 for that. 7... Oof. Don't even think that one's worth travelling to be honest. It's probably a little bit too far.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
Do you think that getting 10, are you saying 10 or 1 there, Tangent? Because I actually think 10 for 60 isn't bad. But that's just me. I mean, I'll probably regret that comment at some time. I'll be trying to collect something in the mats trader and just be screaming at the screen. No, what changes have they made at Dav's Hope, Zoomski? They've nerfed it. Hashtag nerf build. Or are they changes purely cosmetic? Oh, see, that's a different... I don't do combat. I'm a pacifist, but...
Frameshift drive charging.
Sorry, I didn't see it, Zoomski. Come on, tell us. I'm desperate to know now. They've installed a strip bar. That's my guess. Well, people are always going to jump on the exploits for the simple fact that the RNG in nearly all the games is pretty hard. I don't know where this idea came from, because it's pretty prevalent in nearly everything now, of just grinding the hell out of stuff. It's obviously something to do with human psychology and how the carrot is just there. You're always going to aim for that carrot, but some things I just don't understand it. With Elite, I don't always see it as a grind. At least I can't think when I actually did something that I really felt that I'm grinding the hell out of this. I honestly can't think about it. I can't think of a moment when I've sat down and thought I'm grinding it. I know it's a grindy game, but I've never actually been sat there and been thinking it that I can think of. But there are definitely other games that I grind, and the RNG is completely unfavourable to the player, to a point where I honestly sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this? What am I sat doing this same thing over and over again? And then I turn it off and don't go back to it for a long time. And I just wonder why a lot of the games makers now are putting this in, and it's kind of an acceptable part of the game.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, okay. I'll have to pop back at some point. Yeah, I mean, I've always said that my passenger missions that I was doing were paying well, but it wasn't. I don't think it was bugged. I don't feel I was exploiting the game. I mean, I put a lot of hours in to get what I did. Numerous days of work. I'm gonna have to find something when I get back, because this 200 million credits isn't gonna go very far. What else do you stream, Malcolm? Let people know the other stuff you stream, because you don't just do Elite, do you? You do some other things. Malcolm's got more time than me, I think. That's 3,000, so that's going to be nothing. 2,000, 2,000. No, this is a nothing system. People were reporting them as exploits. That's shocking. I'm not surprised, because when you took me to do that skimmer mission that time, I was really surprised. And it's probably one of the reasons I didn't really stick around to do many, because for me, this is my personal thing, and I'm not, you know, if somebody else wants to exploit it, as long as I'm not a griefer, I don't mind. I just couldn't sit and make money that way for myself now, but in that point you'd lost your ship and everything, and you were trying to get it back. So for you, I can totally understand why you chose to do that. But and even the other day when I saw the Yamix one, I was like, it was a no-brainer for me. Alright, yeah, Malcolm does Alien Isolation, which is actually, it's not a bad game. If you ever want to check it out, you should check out one of his videos on that. I like the feel of that game, I really did. And Tangent also does some streams as well. Tangent, do you want to tell people what you do in your streams? Just don't be tuning into either of those people when I'm on, otherwise there'll be trouble. Anybody who's just joined in the stream, drop by, say hello. Click that like button. Click the subscribe button. I'm up to 176 subscribers at the moment, and I would really like to hit 200 at the weekend. Oh, this could be a good one. No, actually it's going to be 3 suns, isn't it? What am I on about? I never really played Doom, Malcolm. It's, oh yes, no, Doom? Doom? Have I played Doom? Hang on. I don't know, no, I'm not thinking of Doom, I'm thinking of something else. Wolfenstein, I played that one. That's probably another reason why they nerfed it, because of those squad ships. I'll be interested in how those squad ships work though. when they finally start releasing information about it. Could be quite cool. Imagine flying one out to Sajay and then just everybody going off in different directions, discovering places. Be pretty cool. No, never played it, mate. I'm not a huge first-person shooter fan. I like the original Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. That was kind of how I first really got into gaming, hardcore, with teams and whatnot. I don't mind The Division, but it's a third-person shooter. I don't mind Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is a bit of both. Oh crap, I forgot to buy some mushrooms. Hang on. Right, you all keep yourself occupied for a second in the chat. Hopefully I'll hit a good system, but I've forgotten to buy some food. I got all the other stuff, but not what I really needed. Look, I've hit a water world as well in this. No, that's not a water world, is it? It's an ice one. Nicey ice. Okay, I just need to message my housemate. Right, back into the stream. You know, funnily enough, the first game I ever played that really wowed me was actually probably Elite, the original one. And then after that, the next one to wow me was one called Flashback. But I think the biggest one to ever give me that kind of wow feeling was definitely when I first bought a Sony PlayStation. I'd kind of been away from gaming for quite a few years at that point, I think. Well, not a few years, but I was kind of always behind the curveball. People were always generally one generation ahead of me, and I think Sony PlayStation was the first one where I actually had a proper job so I could just go out and buy it. I remember my jaw hitting the floor with games like Resident Evil and Dino Crisis and whatnot. I remember just being genuinely floored by them. And then I think after that, the most recent one to truly wow me was probably Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, I think that's where I started, Malcolm. Yeah, Mega Drive was Mega Drive was 24-bit, wasn't it? I remember, actually, a game, I didn't wow me by playing it, it wowed me by seeing it, was Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. I remember seeing that in somebody's living room and thinking, is this the future of gaming? Okay, see you later, Zoomski. Check you later. PC Micro. You didn't have Granny's Garden, did you? I didn't play Colony Wars, no. Oh, GoldenEye. I never played that one because, like I said, I don't like first-person shooters, but I remember everybody used to rave about it, especially the split screen. I don't know why, but something about the colour of that sun just tells me to have a look at the system map, but it's probably just my head messing around with me. Certainly was, by the looks of it. It's too close. Probably rocky. Yeah. Well, I have a Super Nintendo emulator, and I still play Star Fox and Super Mario Kart, the original one, to this day. The thing I used to love about Star Fox was when your wingmates used to moan at you when you were shooting at them. You know, because you'd just be so amped up. It's full of chocolate or whatever, and Coca-Cola just trying to kill anything that moved. It's probably 2, yeah, there's just 1 too many there. If that had been under 20, it might have been a decent run. Oh, he is in game. Okay, bloody hell. 3,000? Hang on. Hang on a minute, 3,000. I might just be over reading that and maybe not got my numbers right. That's quite a lot, actually. Hey Camo, how's it going? I remember playing some WWF game on the NES. It was god awful, but it felt like the real thing at the time. Yeah, Wing Commander was good. Free Space, I don't think I ever played Free Space. I kind of missed that period. That was when I pulled away from this kind of space exploration stuff. Like I've said, I don't know, a lot of you probably haven't heard the story, but I found Elite Dangerous by mistake. I didn't even know it existed. I was kind of into more like sports games and stuff on the PlayStation. And then one day I was doing like retro stuff. I was looking for some retro games and Elite popped into my head, and I was like, oh, it's probably so aged now that it's probably unplayable, as some games often are. And in the search I made for it, it just came up with Elite Dangerous, and I couldn't believe it. I bought it immediately. I literally ran to the shop, to the bank with one shoe on, trying to cram the money into the cash machine so I could get it bought. Resident Evil was good. It's bloody scary for its time. I mean, it's not scary now, but bloody hell, was in its time. Is it? It might actually just be me, you know. I think it's the way I come towards the microphone, because I have two sound options. I have this one, and then I have this one as well. But this one just sounds too tinny, so I don't like it. Ooh. That was close. And I know the other one probably sounds a bit clearer, but I just don't like the sound of it at all. When you say muffled, that's probably just me slurring my words. No, I'm not drunk or anything, just sometimes that's how I speak. Oh, that's strange that some people fell across it then. I might have turned my microphone down actually, I'll have to double check that. Either... Ah, the music might be slightly too high actually today. I'm trying to get a little bit more out of my microphone, but the extra little piece of kit I have to buy is like 70 quid and I just haven't got it yet. Once I've got that, I should be able to make the sound pretty much studio quality. Alright, Cyber, have a good night. Have a drop of rum before you drop off. That'll be make it just superb. See you later. I am myself in a short while. I don't know how. Oh, could be a ringed water world there. I'll be taking a break at some point to eat, and then I will come back later on tonight. So if you just joined the stream, welcome. Don't forget to drop a like if you like what you're watching. If you've just joined in, wait a couple of minutes before you make that decision. I don't want to like for like's sake, I want to like because I think people are enjoying it. Also, if you really like what you're seeing, drop a subscribe and make the screen dance. Oh, that looks tempting. Too close. Oh, I love how I keep making songs like sounds like a monkey. Oh, oh. I just keep on thinking I hit some decent worlds, and then because look at that. Right, just look at this. That is not an icy rock world. That is a water world with an ice cap at the top. Don't care what anybody says. Oh, did I actually select that, you dial? Oh, I'm not going to transfer it, I don't think. I'm not going to get anything transferred over. Or maybe I could. Maybe I could get my beluga transferred over. I'd pay it. I can use my exploration money to pay for it. I wouldn't mind going back in the beluga. Can't remember what its jump range is though. I think it's 30... 39 or something. It'd take me twice as long.
Fuel cell disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm only 90 jumps out as well. It's technically a couple of hours away, I think. I'll definitely hit Colonia tonight, which will be nice. Brian should probably be able to catch up a little bit while I'm off. I estimated it was 60 jumps, Brian, so if I take 2 hours off, he'll be on me or past me by the time I get back on. The question is, oh cripes, I hope I haven't just hit the boat. I got so excited when it came up with 13 astronomical objects because I know it's a decent system. Right. I know when it's that low it's going to be a good system. So we've got what, 2, possibly 3. How far? No, that's too far. That's on the edge. So I'll just double check it. Yeah. It's got water on it, but 1, 2, no, that's 1, 6, so that's probably no good either. Just select it for God's sake. Yeah, okay, it might not be that good a system. Got a bit too excited. That could be a water world. If it is, it will be terraformable, so... No, it's not. I'm going to fly out and tag this anyway, because it'll be terraformable. So it's still about 400,000. Be hermit miner. Yeah, I probably would, Brian. I mean, I don't think I'm heading straight back or anything. I'm just trying to think of a route I would like to take. I could go up to Beagle Point, I suppose. My only worry about being too far from the bubble is if I get seriously bored doing something. I mean, I'm not likely to get bored, but if I do, I'd be kicking myself. And because I probably won't be back for Sunday, I'm going to run a competition on the Discord this week, I think. So if you're not, as I keep advertising, if you're not connected to our Discord, click on the link below. If you don't know what Discord is, click on the link below, get it set up, and you can come by and say hello in Discord. Seriously, if you don't know what Discord is, get it. Not just for my stream, but for all the other streams out there and all the other websites and all the other games. It's a one-stop shop. I wouldn't mind being like a hermit explorer, but no, but this is the thing, Brian. That's what gets into my head. Oh, this could be a good one. Hang on, this is the place I was in before, isn't it? Hang on a second. Am I going... I did jump, didn't I? Or is it just very similar? Must be similar. Right, let's have a look. This thing's really throwing me off with some of these planets. They look like water worlds to me, and then it's turning out to be a rock world. I'm guessing that's a rock world too. Need to get my eyes on that. I've actually got the other cheat sheet in my bedroom. I just haven't. Engage. Oh god, that loaded up really quickly, didn't it? See, when it does that, when it has like discovered, I think this is where you're dropping into a system that's not been discovered before, and it's literally creating the system. Oh, it's Tuesday, it's live radio tonight as well, isn't it? I haven't listened to their broadcast for a few weeks because I've been live streaming, but what I might do is one night I might actually run their broadcast in the background while I'm doing various bits and bobs instead of the music. I'll have to ask for their permission, but right. Do you just put Beagle Point in to actually find it? Yeah, you do. Okay. Bloody hell. Yeah, that's something you have to think about, isn't it? Jeez Louise. Yeah, not too far now. It's nice to be actually arriving. I mean, I'm loving all the new discoveries. Definitely got a couple of planet types with my name on it, which I'm enjoying. This could be a half decent system, but it's a couple of planets over what I would like, so it might be full of gas giants and asteroid belts, but we can try. Oh, it is gas giants, never mind. That's a strange looking little thing though. That could be an ammonia world. It is. Right, well, I'm gonna go scan that. I'm gonna get my money for that thing. How much is an ammonia world? I haven't got my cheat sheet, it's driving me mental now. Bloody cat's sleeping on it. It's nice and warm like. Yeah, ammonia world nearly 500,000, so gotta go scan that baby. Yeah, I think, see, the high metal content worlds, as long as they're terraformable, you get nearly 500,000, and there's so many of them I've missed that I know are in the I know that they're in the habitable zone, or the terraformable zone as I call it. I think on the way back I'm probably going to make much more money. I think I might plot some black holes and neutron stars in there as well. The class 2 gas giants actually pay quite well as well. They don't pay a huge amount, but they pay alright. I mean, it's 70 grand a pop, and then depending on what the composite is, you might get a little bit more, so... What type of planet? An ammonia? Yeah, I mean, there's certain planets you want to get your name on. Ammonia, Earth-likes, those are the ones I really like. Terraformable water worlds actually pay you more, but unless it's ringed, it's not really special, so... but yeah, that's alright. I don't think it's terraformable at that distance. And actually, I don't know if any of them actually are. But it'll do. Bloody hell, 88% carbon dioxide. I don't think there'll be much alive on it. But,
Frameshift drive charging.
just gonna jump out and have a quick look in something. Oh, I should really stop by and have a quick look at that, shouldn't I? But I'm frame shifting up now. I'm going to drop out the frame shift and have a quick skeg at my planet, because it's mine. Oh, you did? Wow. Where was that? Do you know? I stopped tagging mine. I know somebody who does tag them, but until they bring like in a bookmarking system, I'm not gonna do it. If it was, don't know if it had been close to the bubble. There was a time when I was close to the bubble and I was actually just scanning anything and everything. Well, it's alright. It's a bit ugly, to be honest. It's not the best looking one. But that's mine. All mine, nobody else's. Oh, I didn't mean to go in the system name.
Frameshift drive charging.
Not just need more bookmarks, we need to be able to list them. So for example, you've got a yellow bookmark, okay, and the yellow bookmark is only for planets that you've tagged, for example, and it nicely fits away so it's not in that massive list. You can kind of have blue bookmarks for your kind of home, not your home stations, but like the stations that you prefer to go to. Red ones for mission markers or ranking markers and stuff like that. I'd even just like an option to tick where the only stars that show up are the ones that you've actually tagged something at. Oh, that's not a good system. I was hoping that was actually a half decent one. Never mind. Oh, those are nice. That's 700,000 in the bag then, minimum. What was it said yesterday when I read that? Terrestrial water world is with land, and water world is just water, if I remember rightly. I have a feeling you get more for the water world than you do a terrestrial water world, but that's not for sure.
Shift drive charging.
How many was that? 31. Just a few too many. If you wonder why I've stopped chatting in the chat, because I was sending a message to my housemate, so I've missed everybody's messages, but I'll see them now. Oh, okay, nothing. Okay. Lonely.
You're sleeping.
A couple of suns then. Ah, show your face. Shut your face. $38. There's just a ton of massive ones here. No, don't worry, Tangent. I was just messing about. I'm going to be honest, don't even take half the stuff I say seriously, because I tell you what, half of it I've forgotten 2 minutes later, and... Well, apart from when I say thank you for something. Oh, that might be a half decent one. I'll give it a bit scoopalicious, and then I'll put. I don't know. I was going to say pull off, but I know that that'll leave half the American audience sniggling. It's maybe just a bit too many. 20. It's a nice double ring there. Ice place, but it's an ice bucket, but it's a nice double ring.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
Now I'm getting close. I'm kind of just checking all the places. I know there's probably nothing of any value, but I just thought I might as well check them anyway.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, did Sarcasm make it over there? Oh, I love these big blue ones. Love them. Probably going to be sod all in this system, but I love them. A couple of gas... No, not those. Why are all the planets bigger here? That one looks interesting.
Fuel scooping complete.
It's going to be rocky though, isn't it? Not a rocky ice world, but... High metal content, but at that distance? It's a guaranteed high metal content, but it's at that distance probably not terraformable.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm not in stream. Quickly. Right. Alright, sun system. Sorry, I'm flicking backwards and forwards because I'm just reading a few things. Have you ever seen the British TV show Bottom? At all, tangent. If you haven't and you like silly humour, check it out in the link. Oh yeah, Bottom was it's aging a little bit now, but it's still pretty funny. The thing is, it got banned in America. They thought it was too violent. Ironically. For television. It got released on BBC World, I think, so some American people got to see it through BBC World, but it got banned on terrestrial television, I think. But all of my American friends who've seen it absolutely love it. I've just linked the Gasman episode, or the Gasman scene anyway, which is hilarious. It's the gas man! He was great in I can't remember the name. There was a recently up until his death, there was a comedy show with him in where he played somebody's father, and that was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious as the father, but then I think he died halfway through filming, unfortunately, so... Oh, check it out, Tangent, you'll love it. It's a bit old, but it's still funny. Hi, Kathina. Thanks for dropping by. By the way, you shouldn't bother writing well thought out posts in YouTube chat, cause sorry, in YouTube comments, because that's kind of the only comebacks you're ever gonna get. It was actually a nice read though. Okay, 20. We might find something, we might not. Oh, I'm glad I stopped here. Mind you, these what have I just done there? Let's try it one more time. Well, high metal content, sod that. I just love how that's kind of I don't want to knock the guy in his own thoughts, but I just think it's funny how that's kind of what the internet's come down to these days. You plot out your thoughts, you put them down, you put them out there, you take your time to make sure it's correct, you took your time to make sure it's structured, and then somebody just comes along and goes, "That's bullshit." It's so ridiculous sometimes in that sense. If it had said, you know, that's BS because in my opinion this, I'd have still told him to throw away the BS part, but it's just so funny.
Frameshift drive charging.
I mean, like I said, I was saying earlier, and I was saying it yesterday as well, you can't have an argument without listening to the other person. Even if you think they're wrong, you should be listening to them. One, because you might get enlightened, and then two, it means that you can pick apart their argument when you get to retort. Oh, 15, there we go, that's a good one. Although, there might be 4 suns, so it could be trash. Yeah, it's trash. Never mind. Got excited there. Well, no and yes. So this is the thing. Sorry, Metal Rich. Yes, don't fly a huge distance for them, but if they're in distance, so under 1,000, you're gonna get about 100 grand for them. 80 to 100 grand. Sorry. So I scan them if they're within reach. I wouldn't fly across a system for them, but I will scan them if they're in reach. Yeah, but even if you don't agree, I listen to plenty of podcasts where I absolutely 100% don't believe the person. I don't believe a word that's coming out of their mouth, or I don't agree with a word that's coming out of their mouth. But to not listen to somebody seems a bit weird. It's like when people. It always reminds me of when somebody might have a slightly right-wing thought. I'm not a right-winger, by the way. I'm a left-winger. I come from a very poor and unconservative background. But if some people, I've noticed sometimes, like when some people have a slightly right-wing thought, some other people's reactions is just go, "You're fascist." Without trying to educate or anything, or without trying to have a conversation about things. It's just dead funny. I know, the internet is just that place, isn't it? I'm sure those people are nice in reality. Well, that's basically what the guy did, though, Tangent. That's what he wrote in his comment, basically. just came in. You know, Kathina had put together this nicely constructed point of view, went through it point by point. He just comes in, bullshit, drops his mic and then walks off.
Fuel
20. All right, we might have something here. It's right on the border. I don't really trust the system with 20, but I'll have a look at it. I think you're right in what you say, Kathina. I think people get really angry quickly on the internet, especially with games. I don't know. I think sometimes disagreements about games bring out the worst in people, and films. That's maybe just a bit too many. Right, we're really getting down into the last run here. I mean, when I'm within 60, it's not far at all. Oh, I know it was. Well, I knew you were joking anyway. Yeah, it's a strange kettle of fish, definitely. Look at that, I can't believe how close I am. I mean, it all goes in line those things in your real life as well, when people get angry with you but they don't tell you why they're angry with you. And then they get more angry that you don't realise that they're angry with you. And then things like door slamming happen, or, you know, lots of sighing starts going on, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not in game, I'm not in game, I'm not in game. There we go. It's 58 light years. Well, just over 58. 58 and a half, I think. Check. Well, at the moment you can see it's changing as I fill up, but it's about 58, 58.7 or something. Oh crap, that's all I'm gonna hear now. Oh, we might have a couple here. They're gonna be borderline. This one's gonna be no, that's gonna be nothing. That's gonna be icy rock world. So it's 6,000. This is probably gonna be a water world. Oh no, okay, that saved me a journey, because I would have flown to that, but because it's so close to the sun, it probably wouldn't have been terraformable, so... 50 light years isn't bad, Darren, especially for Colonia. It's going to take you a little bit... if you were to go to Colonia, it's going to take you a little bit longer, but it's not, well, I'd get like an extra jump for every 5 jumps you do, Would I go to Colonia with 50? Just trying to think. Yeah, I think I would have. I'd have gone with 37 to be. I went to Sagittarius A with 37. It took a week to get there and back, but I've got auto dock. I turn it off most times when I arrive home as kind of a, how can I put it, as a tradition. But if I had, like, I don't know, if I thought I had £2 million worth of data or something, there's absolutely no way I would I'd turn on the auto dock. Oh, sorry, turn off the auto dock. Oh, it's worth the trip, and just research it on the internet before you go, because there's some amazing places to stop off at on the way as well. So don't just go nuts trying to get there, you know, kit yourself out for exploration and make a bit of money at the same time. I can't do discovery in anything else, Kathina. I always go in my Diamondback. I would love to do it in a Imperial. Oh, what happened? Imperial Cutter, because that's kind of my favourite ship. But yeah, my DBX is everything. It's the first ship I bought, actually. I bought it... no, actually it isn't, technically. It's the first ship I bought when I reset my save. And even though I've gone on to buy other stuff and do other stuff, it's... I've always kind of stuck with it for exploration. And now it just... Even after I got a ASP, which I think I like better as a ship, I wouldn't change this ship at all. There's no way.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, Darren, well, thanks for dropping by. You won't be missing much because I think I'm going to sign out soon. I'm going to have a bit of a break and come back on later on. Well, I always say to people, you know, drop a few thousand, if you can, drop 1,000 light years below the plane first when you go somewhere, and then at least you're going to hit more. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned, oops, wasn't supposed to do that, but the biggest thing I've learned is only select these these star types, because these star types, even though they could have Earth type worlds and water worlds, they throw up more crap than anything else, and they're quite deceptive when you jump in. With all these star types here, these first 5 star types, you can generally tell that if you jump into a system with, like, I don't know, somewhere between 7 and 17 bodies, you know you're probably going to hit something good. And it just means that when you jump and it comes up, you know, 50 bodies, then you're like, oh, I won't bother with that. But those K-stars, you can jump in and everything's burnt out. So it's just, for me, it's not worth checking through all those systems. I definitely like its nimbleness. I love how cold it is. It's ridiculously cold. Or should I say it runs ridiculously cold. You know, like you say that this looks alright when you first look at it, but these are probably not anything too decent. I'll check them, but... And like I say, if I took it really seriously with those suns as well, I could probably find a ton of terraformable high metal content worlds, which rack up nearly 500,000 per scan, so I think on the way back I'll definitely have a look at something like that. Actually, it's probably quite good for smuggling people as well, because you can blast in through the mail slot and get it down onto the landing pad quite quickly, can't you? You know, because of its nimbleness.
Shift drive charging.
I'd love to know what actually causes the scans, whether it is by chance or whatnot. I'm pretty sure the RNG sets to scan as soon as you pick somebody who's wanted up. I hate the scanning thing because it actually blocks out some very, very interesting trips for me. I'd love to actually read something on Reddit or something where it really tells you how to get around all that stuff.
Shift drive charging.
Right, what are we now? 50? Okay, so we're inside 60, okay. I'm just going to go for a few minutes more, maybe 2 more jumps, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break, I think. Maybe if I hit a good system. Oh, really? Okay. And what about, like, for example, explorers that want to go to certain places but then don't want to get scanned? How do you get away with that? Do you literally just drop in and jump out again? Because I've never understood that one. Because if you drop in a tourist beacon, you're going to get scanned straight off the bat.
Shift drive charging.
I haven't even winged up with my wingmate. It's very rude of me. Oh no, he's not showing up now. That's a bit strange. Ah, is it because I'm in the middle of a jump? It's because you're in the middle of a jump, innit? It's basically a loading screen. Okay, this could be a good system. So this could be a half decent system. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Okay, let's look at the distances. Probably terraformable. If that's high metal content, it'll be terraformable. That's borderline, but I think it might be acceptable. I don't think that one will be. That one's probably not terraformable. So we've got this kind of band here. I'll try this one. This is probably going to be high metal content, but I'll have a look at it anyway. 683, okay. So I'm going to scan the system. Is it my system actually? Hang on, is it my system? Okay, alright. I'll do that. A low emission as well, you said, no? But this is a solo system. Oh, damn it, they've been discovered. Oh well. Well, at least that cuts my my intentions down anyway. So I'm gonna just go through them. I'll definitely do that water world because it's money in the bank. Dropping a heatsink's a good idea, actually. I've tried doing it in what was it? I did it in silent running once and still got scanned. That really peeved me off. Ooh, I might have to put together a smuggly muggly ship when I get back to the bubble then. Alright, catch you later, Tangent. I will call it the Smuggly Wuggly as well. That'll be the name for my ship. Oh crap, I've overrun this one. Okay, if you're enjoying this team, click the like button, and if you really like it, click the subscribe button. Could always do with a few more subscribers if you really like what you're watching. Yeah, it is terraformable, so I will get a good payment on that one. Okay, and so for the moment I'm gonna end the stream here because I need a break, so I'll probably be back in what, eight couple hours, to continue and arrive at Colonia. So thanks for joining me, and I will catch you later.